Okay, this is going to go straight to YouTube again, this little warm-up. It's as much as a diarized diary event for myself, and thought I'd share with you as well what is happening and what's going on. So last night I had a fantastic gig with Mama Terra at the Drygate. We were supporting other local funk jazz legends called Nimbus, excuse me. And it was a great night, great audience, fantastic music from two great bands. We also had, Mama Terra also had a recording session with, sorry, not recording session, a live session for BBC Scotland. And that was really nice, it was really special. So that was all in flugelhorn. Today, I'm back on the trumpet. I'm interested to see something. When I was on the flugelhorn, I was aware that the upper gum area, so this is going to be gross, above the teeth, felt quite vulnerable. Trying to play as minimal pressure as possible and playing a little bit more downstream with a little bit more jaw support did help. But even when the embouchure focuses in towards where the mouthpiece is, there's still a degree of inward pressure because that's how it works. So I'm going to do a little warm up. I'm going to talk through about what I'm feeling. Started using the saline solution just to make sure everything's clean. There's a little build up of, I don't want to say blood or anything, I'm not concerned, but just trying to be, look at that, how ad hoc is this? Yeah, anyway, so here we go. I've only done some lip flapping so far, so yeah, so the flugelhorn mouthpiece that I use, it's a lovely older, and if you know your Bach mouthpieces, you know there's various iterations and variations of the exact same mouthpiece over time. So it's like if you get a really early Bach 3C, whatever it is, then over time the shape and design of that has been slightly modified as the tools have maybe been changed or altered, etc., or ideas have come in and changed. I use a rather old, I'm not entirely sure how old, because you can check out all the stamps and if it's got a dot after mount or things like that. Bach 3C flugelhorn, a 3CFL, and it is quite wide. It's not the widest of 3Cs, but I do notice it's obviously a lot wider than the regular mouthpiece that I'm on. So I'm going back onto what I've been using for the past while, which is my AR Resonance SE42. So if you were going to compare this to anything, you are probably in the GR64 range, around about a Shilke 11, maybe on the smaller side of a Bach 7, maybe towards a 10.5. And the cup on this is probably around about a Bach 7D, again matching up maybe with a Shilke 11 A4 size, and it's the wider throat that I use on the AR equipment. It's the 42 throat, which I feel really does help me speak through the mouthpiece and into the lead pipe, and it really captures everything that's going on here really, really well, and that's what I've been using. So I'm going to do some lead pipe. I've not done that in the last few videos, I don't think. Let's make it loud. So I'm doing that slightly different than a lot of the traditional Adams lead pipes in that actually Mike Lovett showed me this one. Blowing through the mouthpiece, lining up the mouthpiece and introducing it into the lead pipe. I'm not blowing gently, I'm blowing I suppose just a good considered amount of air, and that really just kind of energizes the lip to get going. And already I'm feeling quite tickly and buzzy in the lips, which is great. So the next thing is the exact same tuning slide in. I've gone through this in videos before, but I'm doing this today. Wow. So yeah, so that's all feeling quite tight after last night's gig, but this kind of like feeling that was getting around here isn't there. So I think through self-diagnosis, partly of it was that when I finished the weekend, 2 gigs on Saturday actually, 2 gigs on Saturday, did a little bit of playing on Sunday, not as much as I wanted to because of time constraints. Monday all day off, Tuesday gradually breaking back into it with the new teeth, and going on to the rehearsal on Tuesday night, it felt quite weird. And also I wanted to restrict myself to flugelhorn only playing, really just so I didn't have to worry about messing around with rim sizes, like I said. So we're going from a relatively larger rim in the flugelhorn mouthpiece to the relatively smaller, more commercial sized rim on the trumpet mouthpiece. And because I have had issues more recently with switching between the 2 instruments, I just wanted to do flugelhorn for the work that I had to do, and I believe that was the correct decision. But it did feel a little bit large, and I'm wondering if that the work that I've had done over the past 4.5-5 months. I haven't played flugelhorn since we recorded the Mama Terra work. No, I hadn't played flugelhorn since big band work, I think, in February, maybe June, regardless. So I hadn't done anything on the flugelhorn for quite a while, so that the mouthpiece felt quite big. So I'm wondering if the size of the rim and the lack of support, which has been removed from the inside of the upper gum, because my teeth, well, they weren't really attached to the top, they were still filling a gap in the gum. That's still a thing, so I may have to get a smaller flugelhorn mouthpiece to deal with this in the long run, and that may be where I go with flugelhorn playing, in terms of having a comfortable setup. We'll have to see what develops with the gum. Like I said in Tuesday's live video, this process I expect is going to be developing with time goes on. So this feels quite comfy just now. And that bent F lead pipe with with the tuning slide in, the note dropping down there is because there's still quite a bit of tension in here from working through last night's gig. So my next part, I'll just do my regular bending routine, and then I'll go into some stuff that Gerard's showing me. So I'm quite happy the sound's speaking quite freely. I'll get on with the bending routine now, but I just thought I'd just interrupt myself in that when I started there, I kind of felt as though it was a little bit too much up here. So just, again, changing back down. and I'm really sharp. So that blowing through there and not letting the pitch, not bringing the pitch back up, is what I try and teach when I'm talking about blowing through the note and letting the note rise rather than making the adjustment here. And that came in a lot more in tuning there. I should really get a camera on the tuner, shouldn't I? Bump. Okay, so this is a new one to me. Right, that might have looked like long setting, but it wasn't. It was just gently pulling the instrument away from the face. So that little modified, I suppose, really small leg flexibility with a note bend or note fall is something that's been shown to me by Gerard. And I hope he doesn't mind me sharing, because there are other things out there. And when I teach my introduction to lip flexibilities, I actually use the exact same process, but in terms of using it as a warm-up, it's quite interesting. I'm not going to go into the way that and why as explained to me, but I will tell you what it feels like. By bending down or letting the embouchure fall through to that bottom note and then pushing back up, like on the traditional note bend, really letting the airstream control and dictate what's going to happen with the pitch. There's a little bit of, I suppose, embouchure control to facilitate the increase in airspeed, but very, very minimal. And it's actually a quite nice way to open up what's going on with the embouchure. And particularly after last night, playing on that big mouthpiece on a flugelhorn set, and not being probably the strongest place for it, it's a nice way to move on from there. So I'm going to leave this video there. I am going to just get on with some other stuff, but I thought I'd share again as much for myself so I can reference it. These are all going to get edited and chopped up into kind of diarized part of the rebuild process that I'm doing. But there we go, just get this recorded. No edits this time, no titles or anything. No, maybe I will put a title on. I'm back on the production computer later on this afternoon. I will put a little title on it. which you'll of course know already. Anyway, we're starting to waffle. Thanks for coming along for the ride, folks. On with the practice, and I'd hoped to get... Oh, actually, I can share a little bit of something from the studio yesterday. My friend Conrad recorded some of the audio from the BBC session. It's a little bit dry because it doesn't have all the production layered on top of it, and it's just the room sound. But it's pretty cool. Okay, so that's all, folks. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Click the like button. Comments welcome as always. Don't forget to practice. Stay smart. Stay safe. I'm getting out of here. Time for more practice. Ciao, folks. Bye.